Guys, what's up and welcome to day 34 of a year in my life. And today I'm doing a Q&A where, every week I put a story up on Instagram asking you guys to drop questions where I come on here and I answer them. So today, that's what we're doing. I've got all my questions right here. I have not scanned through them yet, so I'm just going to get started. And I'm going to read through some of these and answer as many as I can. Favorite watch in my personal collection, best bang for the buck right now. Actually, I'm going to use one in my collection that's both, and it's my Girard-Perregaux rose gold skeleton. It's very similar to the AP skeleton. Retails about $60,000 right now. You can pick it up on the secondary market anywhere between $45,000 and $47,000. That is a very understated watch right now, and it's a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before people catch up and realize how similar to the AP skeleton, the AP Royal Oak skeleton is without the $280,000 price tag. So there's that one. Best option for Rolex. I mean, guys, I get a lot of these questions like what's the best first Rolex? What's the best starter Rolex? It really depends on your budget. If your budget's $5,000, for a man, you're not really going to get much. You're going to get like a cheap, dinky little 36 millimeter date just. If you can stretch your budget up to 10, you can still only get a date just, or you could get for 10,000, you could get like a 40 millimeter Explorer 16570 reference in a white or black dial. That would probably be the best bang for the buck under 10 grand. If I were sent to live in an island forever and I could only take 2 watches, name them. That's a good question. Honestly, you would think that would be, I would pick some very high-end stuff, but honestly, I'm probably going to pick something that I think would be very, very durable, which would be, I would do the Skydweller, the Rolex Skydweller, because of all the functionality it has on it, and they are a tough watch. And, maybe a Submariner. I don't know. If I'm going to go live on an island by myself for the rest of my life, there's no need to have a hype piece or have something that's crazy expensive. I want something that's actually going to be more durable and last a lot longer with basic functionality. So Submariner and a Skydweller. Let's see. Favorite book I've read so far? I would say The 12-Week Year. It talks about a lot of us set goals, starting on January 1st, we set year-long goals. This teaches you to take those year-long goals and condense them down to 12 weeks. So keep the same year goals, but try to accomplish them in 12 weeks. Imagine if you did that 4 times a year, how much more effective you would be. And that's kind of what I do. I look at my long-term goals, and then I see how I can condense them down into 12-week goals, and I go to execute them that fast. And so I execute twice as much stuff twice as fast. When am I going to finish my arm and how? Well, the only thing I have left on the arm is this part right here. I go back on the first week of January. I'm going to finish this and then go over the rest of that, and it'll be completely done. And as of right now, that's it for me. So, let's see. Hardest part about 75 hard. Getting everything in. I would say none of the individual tasks, if you break them down, the individual tasks are not that hard. It's making sure that you get all of them done within a given day. Now, you guys have watched my stuff. I'm traveling. I've got a business to run. I eat out every night. I've got a lot of stuff going on. And then to incorporate 2 workouts, which have to be split 2.5 hours apiece from each other. One has to be outside. You're traveling. On days where I'm traveling, that's what makes it the hardest, because I'm out doing a walk or a jog at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So I would just say getting everything in all in one day. Let's see. How do you screen clients on social media that aren't actually interested in buying a watch? There is no surefire way to screen and tell who's interested and who's not. Typically, if someone just asks me something like price, or you can just tell. Like, people that are very interested, they give you information. Hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm looking for. This is my budget. I'm ready to buy now. Or, hey, I have this watch for sale. I'm ready to trade it up to this. And they give you a lot of information. So guys that are out there, or people that are out there just giving you 1-word responses or asking you questions with only 2 or 3 words in them, or not a lot of detail, I don't take them very seriously because I get thousands and thousands of messages. I skip right to the messages that get straight to the point and make me think they're ready to do business. The other thing is, I get so many messages on a daily basis. You have to continue to bump my stuff. It's not that I don't want to read your message. It's that if you send me a message right now, at the time of me starting this, by the time I'm done in 30 minutes, I have 100 more messages. So it just keeps getting pushed to the bottom. So you have to keep bumping it to get it to the top of my inbox, for Instagram. Same thing with text messages. I get anywhere from 200 to 300 text messages on a daily basis, and I'm constantly scanning through them, but it's hard to get lost. So the more information you can provide me, the better. If you're looking to sell a watch, send me your name, send me your contact info, give me as many details about the watch as you can, send me pictures if you have the box and papers, let me know what the condition is so I'm not having to ask you all these questions, because that's where the problem comes in, is you don't give us enough information. We have to continually reach out and reach out and reach out, and it just takes a long time. If you're looking to buy a watch, send me a picture of the watch you're looking to buy. Give me your budget. Give me all of your contact info in the first initial text, email, whatever it is, Instagram message. That way we can expedite all of that stuff. So that's a way. The more information you can give someone, the better. What is my favorite thing about the watch industry? Aside from getting to wear, own, see all of the most amazing watches you can think of, it'd probably be the people. When it comes to watches, you can have a guy buying his first $5,000 watch based on its movement, its history, its craftsmanship. And you can have him sitting next to a guy buying a $500,000 watch. Now think about those two people individual. The guy buying a $5,000 watch most likely is not in the same position or career or financial position as the guy in the $500,000 watch. Now, not saying that they can't be, but realistically, for the majority, they're not. They're two different people, two different worlds apart, but watches bring those two. When it comes to watches, these two guys are equal because they both share a passion, they share a hobby. So one of the coolest things for me is getting to sit at the table with all of these guys and all of us come together for a common interest. I meet some really, really cool people in this industry, and when it comes to networking, people are absolutely amazed at what a watch can do and can cost, and the craftsmanship. People are amazed at what makes these things what they are. So it's fun for me to talk about them to people. Is there an ultimate goal for me, or do I set new goals every year? I set new goals every year. Ultimate goal would be to die, I guess. Accomplish as much as I can before I die, because you're gonna die one day. And people like me, retirement, out of the question. It'll never happen. I would get bored. Finishing a project, there is no, as an entrepreneur, you're never finished. There are a lot of people that'll go out there and say, I just want to make $1 million, or I just want to make $10 million and I'm done, or I just want to make $100 million and I'm done. I've said it before. I want to get to this point. I want to get to this point. I want to get to this point. But when you get to that point, it's not that end goal that you crave or that we thrive on. It's the challenge of getting there. We've got some stuff happening over the next few months that you guys will see. I can't talk about it right now, but it's going to allow me to live that challenge again. And that's what I thrive on. So there is no end goal. It's keep growing every day, keep doing new things, keep getting bigger and better at something. And then when I have reached kind of a pinnacle at that, I'm going to find something else. That's just how I like to live. How much does it cost to ship my inventory to the shows in Florida and Vegas? Well, we use a company called Malka, which is an armored plane transport service. They come, they pick our inventory up by armored car, they take it to their planes, and they pick it up from their planes via armored car. I want to say, I think we spend anywhere from $5 to $15,000, depending on the value of the inventory, where it's gonna go. So anywhere from $5 to $15,000 just to ship it, and then you've got entrance fees into the thing. Whenever we do a show like Vegas or Miami, it costs us anywhere from about $20,000 to $30,000 all in for that show. So, but it's worth it because of the exposure and obviously the sales. If I only had $20K to start a business, what would you do? Doesn't matter. What are you passionate about? You can start 20K. If you're an artist, go buy art supplies and start drawing. If you are a photographer, go buy a camera and start taking pictures. If what you want to do costs a lot more than $20,000, go pay someone that's a professional in that field $20,000 and ask them to teach you the entire business. Buy an internship underneath them. Pay someone that's a professional and that's well known in your industry to teach you that industry. Because let's say you want to go out and you want to sell. I could use watches, but we've done this before. We've talked about this a lot. Let's say you want to go out and sell a product that averages $100,000 price point, or you want to sell real estate. There's a great idea. $20,000 is not going to get you a lot in real estate, but I would be willing to bet if you went and found someone that had 5, 10, 15 years experience in whatever niche within real estate you wanted to get into, and you offered them, hey, I'd like to come work for you. I want to pay you $20,000 to intern me and give me a job as an intern under you and teach me this business so that one day I can get out and go start my own. I have a hard time thinking that a lot of people would turn that down unless they are just so big and so busy that they can't do it. And in that case, go find someone else. There is someone out there that could, one, use an extra hand, and two, wants to make money getting free help. So that's my advice on that. Let's see, Santos or Reverso? Well, the Reverso is more classic, which is the JLC Reverso. That's a more classic piece, but it's tiny. I can't wear one because it's too small on my wrist. I'd pick a Santos. I guess it's a personal preference. I don't know. Let's see. I know you do it because you can, but why wear $300,000 to $400,000 watches during my workouts? Well, you're right. One's because I can. Two, because I buy my watches to wear them and enjoy them. And three, it's a business card. What do you think whenever you see somebody, if you knew what the watch was? Here's the thing. When I wear these watches to the gym, 95% of the people have no clue what I'm wearing. If it happens to be a gold watch, like if I wear my Patek to the gym, people know that it's a gold watch, but 95% of them don't really know what I'm wearing. They have no idea the actual value. Now, if you do see someone, if someone that does know that watch sees me wearing it, it is a conversation starter. You were 100% gonna walk up to me and say, hello, I like your watch, I like your Patek. Or even if it's just a gold watch, it may draw someone's attention to come ask me that very question. Why are you wearing this to the gym? Easy way to open up. Well, I'm a watch dealer. This is my business card. Hi, I'm Anthony. Nice to meet you. It's a business card. How old am I? 33. How many hours of sleep do I get a night? 3 to 5. I do 3 to 5 hours of sleep on a given night. I try to take an hour nap on a daily basis. Doesn't always work out, but I drink a lot of coffee. What motivates me to get out of bed every night? I have a 5-year-old son that one of these days when I get out to California, I want to spend a lot more time with, and I want him to have anything and everything he ever wants, and that's one thing. But I would say just knowing that if I don't do it, someone else will, honestly, that's enough for me, because there's a lot to be done out there. There's a lot of accomplishments, there's a lot of businesses, there's a lot of things that can be done. Someone's gonna do them. If I don't go do it, someone else will, and I don't wanna get beat by the next person. And I have a lifestyle I like to live. I have things I wanna do in my life, and the last thing I ever wanna do on a financial note, I never wanna worry about anything. I love the feeling of walking into a restaurant, ordering anything on the menu, and I don't care I don't even look at the bill 9 times out of 10. If someone needs my help and I genuinely could help them, I love being able to be in that position. If I want to go on a trip, if I want to take a month off and go on a trip around the world, I don't have to think about it. I can just do it when it comes to being able to pay for it. So that's another thing, is I love the freedom of what you can do when you're well off. Let's see. Did you sell your rainbow? I didn't see it in any of your last videos. I absolutely did not sell my rainbow. It's sitting right there in my backpack. I will never sell that. If I had 15 to 20K in savings, what watch would I invest in? Well, it depends. Are you wanting to wear this watch for a little while and then eventually flip it? Is this something you're just wanting to park your savings account in and wear until you need that money? Or are you looking to buy and sell and flip consistently? Either way, on all those questions, I would say a Rolex Submariner or a Rolex GMT. One of those two. You're not going to get a Daytona under 15 grand. A sub or a GMT. Buy a pre-owned one, preferably a discontinued model if you can. Your money's safe there because the prices are only going up. Don't go out and buy the newest one or one that's in current production, because a lot of the stuff that's in current production, example, the new Batmans, the new Pepsis, not that you could get one of those under 15 grand. We'll use a sub. The 41 millimeter date sub, you're going to be able to buy at 16.5 to 17.5 right now. I wouldn't buy that one. I would go buy an older model ceramic 40 millimeter sub that's around 13.5 to 14.5 if you can find one for that price, because that's bottom dollar in the wholesale market, and that's going to be where your money is the safest. You wear that for a year and then you need to liquidate it. It's very easy to sell. Let's see. What's your sleeping pattern? I sleep when I can. I have no sleeping pattern. And people, there was a meme that I saw on Instagram with Steve Harvey, and it was spot on. And it's that he uses the word rich people, but successful people, very, very successful people, sleeping 8-10 hours a day, that is complete bullshit. And I can attest to you that. I can promise you that Elon Musk is not getting 8 hours of sleep. Mark Zuckerberg is not sleeping 8 hours. Who's the other guy? Jeff Bezos. They are not sleeping 8 hours a day. They have way too much going on. Their brains do not shut off. That's a load of shit. None of those guys will ever come out and tell you they sleep 8 hours a day. Now, they probably don't get only 3 hours right now, but I would say average 5 hours of sleep a night, max. How many gym subscriptions do I have? 5 or 6. Let's see. Is it too late to get into the watch game? Opinion on the San Antonio market. It's not too late to get into the watch game. That would be like asking if it's too late to get into real estate, if it's too late to get into crypto. No, there's always a market for something. You just got to figure out which trend you want to play on, and you got to understand the trends in that market. The watch market is getting better and better and better every year. We are already, I want to say, a $17 billion industry this year, and I think some of the reports are saying that by 2025 it'll be a $30 billion a year industry. You just saw, anyone that's out there, look up Watchbox. Watchbox was just given a $1 billion valuation because of some pretty sizable investments by some pretty high profile people. That alone should tell you where the watch market's going. Guys like Michael Jordan investing in secondary market watch companies, that's a good sign of where the watch market's going. Now, as far as the San Antonio market, I've done a few deals in San Antonio. Your market's going to be, you're not going to be selling $50, $60, $70, $80,000 watches on a regular basis. You're going to be selling watches between the $2,500 and $25,000 price point. $25,000 being the higher end. Now, you could sell some higher end stuff, but I wouldn't bank on that. I think every area you go to has a watch market. You just have to figure out the price point. If you're in a small rural town with a lot of farmland, they're not going to be buying solid gold watches. They're going to be buying, like a Breitling would be a high-end watch there. So you just got to kind of gauge your market. San Antonio, I don't know well enough. A good way to judge it is look at the other watch stores that are around there. Are there other watch boutiques? Is there a Rolex boutique there? If there's not a Rolex boutique, then that's going to tell you right there that your market's not fit for, watches that are 15,000 and up. You're going to be 15,000 and below. My personal opinion. Let's see. How can one achieve your level of discipline? I don't want to say go down my path, because I had to go to prison twice. I had to lose everything. I had to have the potential of losing my son, all put in front of my face, to where I felt like I hit my rock bottom. So I would say you've got to hit your rock bottom, or you've got to just, it's not a one size fits all when it comes to discipline. You've got to figure out what you want and then go after it. Like, set a small goal. Don't make something unattainable. Set a small goal that you know you can reach and just focus on hitting that one goal, and then enjoy that sense of fulfillment once you hit that one goal. And then you're gonna feel good when you hit that goal. Set another goal, then set another goal. So it's like, if this is your end goal and you're right here, you wanna set a goal of right here, work to get to that, get to it. And then your next step is right here. Now see if you can get to that one faster than you got to this one, because I can guarantee you whatever you did right here in between this, you were being lazy, or you weren't really dedicating all your time, or you found yourself watching Netflix late at night, or not really working out, or whatever it is, you know, kind of doing one task a day versus 3 power tasks, and then try to optimize your time better to get to this one. Then when you get to this one, you're gonna have another sense of fulfillment, like you accomplished something. Now set your goal to here. And again, try to beat the time and the efficiency of getting from here to here, and then to here, and then to here, and then to here. And then by the time you get up here, you will have figured out what works for you, what type of morning routine works for you, what type of patterns you've been able to break. You've got to figure out yourself. Like, you know, everyone's morning routine is different. There's some things that this guy over here does that works for him that I've recently changed my morning routine up, where I used to get up, I used to meditate, read, listen to music, do all this stuff. Now the mood and the mode that I'm in, I've got so much going on. Now my morning routine is get up, straight to the gym. When I get back, I'm straight to work for an hour, hour and a half. So you have to figure out what works for you, but set small goals and accomplish those little goals and work at it from them. I'm gonna do 2 more questions, and let's see. Actually, I'll answer some questions I know people are curious about. One of the things recently in one of my videos, Marco not being aware of me looking to expand to LA. So everyone's clear. Marco was aware of it. He may have just forgotten, but if you guys have watched all my videos, there's been videos where I've met Imran and we've discussed a potential LA store. Marco and I have personally been talking about expanding to Cali or Miami or New York or Vegas or something here in the upcoming year. Now, like I said, he may not have been aware that I was doing it on that exact trip, which is okay, because I wasn't really aware I was doing it. I was in LA getting tattooed and the opportunity presented itself. And if you guys have watched me long enough, I don't wait and ask questions, I act. When something pops into my mind, I act on it and I ask questions later. And that's just how I live my life. What's something else that we could talk about? Oh, the Alfred bet, $40,000. Guys, I put a comment in there. It was made up for content. You have to understand that YouTube is a content creation platform. A day in my life is content. So sometimes we do things to enhance the content. If you've watched any of my videos in the past where I talk about it's gonna cost me, you know, $500,000 a year to do videography for the Timepiece Gentleman channel, it's not gonna cost me $500,000 because putting my phone right in front of me like I am cost me money, or cost me $500,000, or my videographers and all that, and the travel and everything. It's not that it has to cost me that. It's I spend that extra money to create better content. I go on extra trips to create content. When we go putt-putt, I tell Alfred, hey, let's spruce this up and let's make it interesting for content. One thing to know about me is I know my financial position, and I have a decent understanding of my employees' financial positions because I pay their salaries. I know where they're at. When it comes to me betting, I'm not going to bet one of my employees those kinds of numbers because I can always outdo it. If I would have lost, if that would have been a real $40,000 bet, I would have taken my loss and then I would have tripled it to $120,000. And I would have acted on the emotion of greed until I won, and then I'd walk away. And that's because that's just how I gamble. That's how I gambled when I was in Vegas. I lost 10,000, I lost 20,000, I lost 30,000. I kept doubling up my bet until I won, and then I walked away. So don't read so much into the content you guys see, because it's, at the end of the day, it is a glimpse into my life. It is a small glimpse. Even though I'm doing a video a day, you're still only getting 20 to 30 minutes of a 24-hour period. And you're getting to see the part I let you see. So I want everyone to be entertained. I want everyone to get value from it. I want you all to be part of my journey. What I don't want you guys to do is formulate your own opinions and think that everything you see is the way it's perceived, is what I'll say. So that's going to end my Q&A today, guys. This has been, it's going to be a good morning. I'm actually in Cincinnati as of the time of this filming, and we're headed out today. This is Saturday morning. We're headed out here in a couple hours to go to the championship game. I just had this Q&A planned, which I didn't film stuff 2 days ago for this exact reason. I wanted to do a Q&A when I was here, and I wanted to do it up to date. So guys, we're going to go to the Cincinnati game. You'll see that on tomorrow's video of us heading there. But what else? Don't forget, I'm still giving away a Rolex. I'm giving away a Rolex Submariner Reference 16610. It's a date sub, 40 millimeter pre-ceramic. And I'm giving that away when I hit 20,000 subscribers. You have to go back to the day 29 video, like that video, share it, make sure you're subscribed. You share it to a social media platform, you come back and comment below to let me know where it was shared. And when I hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm coming back and I'm gonna randomly pick a winner. So guys, that's all I've got for today. Love you all, hope you enjoyed the Q&A. If you have any further questions, drop them below. I'll answer as many as I can, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.